Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, I'm your host, Cheron Moore. You know, I always say today, today, today. Well, y'all, I got a cat on the show. This guy, I saw him play on Instagram, and I'm going to talk about this. The first thing I said to myself, multiplication. He plays drums like you would do calculus or algebra. You can't find the one. You can't count with him. He's just, as his name, which you're going to hear in a second, amazement, amazing. My guest today, I tell you, I really wanted him on the show, and I'm glad that he accepted the invite. I want to say he's a Christian. He's a family man. He's a percussionist. He's a mentor. He's a social influencer. We're going to talk about exactly what that is, too. He's a content creator. He's an entrepreneur. Is that enough, huh? He's a clinician. I just call him a drummer's drummer. Probably a producer and a songwriter in there too. But
a little bit.
Will you help me welcome my guest today, Haze Amaze? Hey man,
blessings. How you doing? You doing all right today?
I'm good, man. Welcome to the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Thank you for being interested in having me here. That's a blessing in itself, and I appreciate you.
I can't imagine no one seeing you play and not being, as your name, amazed.
Nah. It's the pure joy that I have when I get behind the kit. Just, makes me go,
This is a question that I probably would have moved way down in the bottom towards the middle of the show, but I just show it to you. I put it right at the top here. It says, what is your approach to the drums? How are you thinking in all that multiplication and the vision on the show? I mean, on the drum kit.
Well, when I play, most times, so first, let me start off with where I'm from, because that'll tell a lot about it. I'm from DC, and out here we have Aaron Spears, as everybody knows Aaron Spears. Then we have guys like Jamal Moore, Jeremy Wimbush, Dominic Austin, all these great drummers who are able to play, and not only able to play, but able to kind of do what Aaron explained on his when he did. I'm drawing a blank right now, but he did a session where he explained it as syncopated chops, where you would be playing and the feel or the chop that you do is kind of off the grid. It's not linear to the one. It's not, actually on the one, but you're playing kind of behind or in front of the beat, and you always land back on the one. So that's kind of, I used to listen to Aaron Spears a lot. I'll say that. I'll start by saying that. I used to listen to Aaron a whole lot. But my approach has come from just me and what I like to hear. It's come from me and the studies that I've done, from a youngin' to now. All of the drummers that I love, Vinny Colaiuta, Steve Gadd, Todd Sucherman, Dennis Chambers, and all of these amazing drummers that I love from back then to the drummers that I love now, and just kind of infusing myself with what I've learned from listening to those guys.
Let's go way back, Amaze. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Where did you say you was originally from?
DC.
DC.
Yeah. Born in DC, raised in Maryland.
Yeah. When did you get your first drum kit? Do you remember how it all started? Tell me about getting your first drum kit.
I don't remember my first one, but when I was younger, I used to get drum kits for Christmas, the little baby drum kits, and the next day they would be broke. And then I remember one time my parents just saying, if you break this one, you're going to be without a drum kit for a very long time until you can understand how to take care of your stuff. Because I was just used to hit hard, I guess. But they had got me a Tama Stage Star. It was a Burgundy Stage Star junior drum set. So it's 18-inch bass drum, 10-inch tom, 12-inch tom, and 14-inch tom. Maybe around 7 years old, that was when I got it. And I didn't break it. I'll tell you that much. I didn't break it. That was my first actual drum kit.
Take me to high school. What was the high school scene like? Did you do any of that marching, bugle corps stuff?
So I went to a high school called Suitland High School here in Forestville, Maryland, and I had to test into the school's visual performing arts program because I lived in uh, um, a city what was called what's called Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and the school is in Forestville, so it wasn't in my jurisdiction at all, if that's the word for it. But to say the least, the only way I could go to that school is if I got into the performing arts program. So prior to then, like I said, my main thing was football and being a police officer. Drums was, more so a hobby that I, did, and I played every day and things like that. But that's when I really had to make the choice whether I wanted to be a football player or whether I wanted to pursue career as a musician, because you couldn't do both at the time that I had got in high school, because football practice was after school and the program was after school. So I couldn't be in two places at once. So I had to, learn how to read, my quarter notes, my half notes, my whole notes. I had to learn how to read that type of stuff. And, long story short, I got into the music program.
Let me take you to Bowie State University. What was the scene there?
Yeah. Like? Well, I applied to go to Bowie State. The year after I graduated, I didn't want to go to school because I didn't want to go to college ever, because I'm like, I feel like it's stupid to be paying money for, science courses and, all of this stuff I'm never going to use as a drummer. Like, I want to be a professional musician. I'm never going to use it. I didn't want to have like student loans and all that type of jazz. So I was going to do part-time because I thought it would satisfy my mom. Honestly, my parents, they always said, we're not forcing you to go to college, but you're going to be doing something. They're like, you can't just be sitting there. I'm not going to allow you to just sit around all day and do nothing. For a while, for a couple months, I was just sitting around the house. I would try to trick her into thinking I was making progress. Like when she would come home from work, I would pull out my theory book and act like I was, studying some theory or something like that. Just things so that I didn't have to get an actual job, because that's been one thing that I've never wanted. I've never wanted to work a 9 to 5. But it came around that, just like the end of that year, I started filling in with a local band around here, and they were gigging pretty consistent. So that was a good piece of change in my pocket, as a youngin'. And then from there, things just kind of start, working in my favor.
How did you get that gig with Nas?
Well, I'll take you to before that. Back in March, there was a festival called the Smoke and Grooves Festival in California. But yeah, long story short, we were at the Smoke and Grooves Festival, and Flav and Keith, they were like, we want to introduce you to Rebecca. So originally they introduced me to her because there's a DJ named D Nice, and they were saying that I could fill in for DJ D Nice's gigs. There was a guy named Darius Willie who plays with D Nice, but he also plays with 50 Cent. So 50 Cent was about to go back on a tour or whatever like that. So they were introducing me to Rebecca to fill in for him while he was gone. So, I meet her after the, whole festival is over. I meet her. And, she's asking me questions. She's like, oh, can you sing? She's like, send me your info, take my number down, and send me your, essentially she was asking me to send her my press kit, basically.
So Amaze, that's pretty awesome how you had to be on pins and needles with that Nas gig. Tell me about the gig with Leela James. How'd you get that gig, and how's that going?
Back in August 2021, when the world started opening back up, she had a gig at the Cincinnati Jazz Festival, and her original drummer, which is one of my mentors, Jeremy Wimbush, he couldn't do the gig, so I had to fill in for him. And yeah, it was cool. We did a rehearsal. We did 2 days of rehearsal, I think, before the gig or something like that. But the rehearsals went well. And I talked to the guy Young World, because he's the musical director. I talked to him and, just asking him, is she cool with me? Did she like me? And she was just like, she felt like I was holding back and stuff like that. So I was all right, cool, let's get it. So, went in the next day, gave it what I had. We did the show. That was August 2021. And since then, I've been her top drummer. That she wants to, do the gigs and things like that. And it's been great so far. It's been great so far.
What's it like playing in front of 20,000 people at the Caesar Superdome? What the?
It was amazing. That was for the Essence Festival. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. Yeah, just mind blowing, actually.
Could you even hear yourself, and could you even see the drums?
Yeah, we were using the in-ear packs that we have for shows. My in-ear monitors, and whatever I want to be inside the in-ears, that's what I'm using. So yeah, it was a great experience though.
Endorsements. What are you doing on endorsements? Cymbals, drums, sticks, and so forth.
With cymbals, I am a Sabian artist. Vader for drumsticks. This snare drum that's behind me as the main snare. It's a company called KAW Drums out of the Caribbean, I believe. Yeah, that's where it is. But a guy named Kevon Willie owns the company, and he reached out to me, so I endorsed them for snare drums. Cymbal accessories, I endorsed them as well. And that's it. I'm hoping to get Remo this year, and maybe DW or Pearl will be interested in picking your boy up. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, yeah.
I'm sure all of those guys would love to have you, man. You are the now and the future. Look for you too if you decide to use that. Keep a cash out. You are the now and the future. I'm your now and your future. Amaze, we do a thing on the show we call Word of Advice, where I ask the drummer if they leave a parting word of advice for the up-and-coming guys, even the guys at the next level, but that are trying to get traction in this game, in this industry. Would you leave them a word of advice?
Yes. For my younger musicians, I would tell you to be a chameleon. As my mentor, Young World, once told me, be a chameleon, meaning that any situation you're in, be able to adapt to it. Don't get stuck in your ways as a drummer. We are artists too, and we know that. We love to do what we love to do, but when an artist wants you to do a certain thing, or a musical director wants you to do a certain thing, just do it. Don't give no back talk, because that's when you create, you create the oh yeah, he's a great drummer, but he's stuck in his own ways, or, don't become that butt musician. That's something that I actually put out on my Instagram some months ago. Don't become a butt musician, meaning, he can play really well, but he can't keep time, or but he doesn't learn music, or but he's not a, good, like that, don't become that person. Practice humility. People will call you for gigs when they know that you're fun to be around, or they enjoy being around you. If they don't enjoy being around you, you're not going to get the call. And just be humble. Like I said, be humble. Practice your craft, study drums. Not too many people care about how drums are made from the factory and things. Study that stuff. It makes you a better drummer. It allows you to spend less money as well, because you're not purchasing all of this stuff that you think is going to sound like this. You're purchasing stuff that is going to sound a certain way. So, learn music, practice, be consistent and be persistent. And that's really, really, all. By younger guys, social media is a big thing. Do your best with social media. Invest in your gear. Don't always try to be cheap. If you need better quality, then get better quality. But yeah, make investments. Don't spend money. To me, there's a difference between just spending money and making investments. So make your investments in the things that are going to, make you your money back. And yeah, social media is king. So, post, and connect as much as you can. Go to NAMM, meet some people, go to shows and things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much, a few words of advice that I have, to part with.
Gotcha. Tell me about just watch this amazing company. I use it a lot now. Okay, this amazing company you started, Haze Amaze LLC. What's going on over there?
So Haze Amaze LLC, which I'm currently in the process of thinking of a better name for it. But it's just me. I'm a single member, and just providing drum services, providing drum maintenance services, drum consultations, drum mixing, mentoring. Whether that's in music or on the drums or just in life, in your relationships or anything. I feel like I've been afforded the opportunity to be around some pretty wise people who've helped me shape the way I think and the way I go about things that I feel can help and reach a younger generation as well. But that's basically it. Just providing services, and yeah.
Tell me, what's it like in all of this success and busyness that you have? You're also a family man.
Yes. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. First, it's an amazing feeling to be with someone who understands you, to be with someone who understands your line of work, to be with someone who understands that you could be here today and then on tour for the next 2 months tomorrow. But I would say it's been amazing so far in my journey. Um, it's mainly about communication. Communication is a huge portion of it. Don't fall out of communication with your partner or with your children or whatever it is, whoever you call your family. Don't fall out of communication, even when you're really really busy. Just communicate.
Amaze,
Mhm.
what would you want your legacy to be? To be said, to be told?
That's a great one. It's a great question. Everybody, that's a great question. Yeah. um, I would want my legacy to live on as someone who became a positive force in the music world, not only in the music world, but in the world in general. Just the impact and the joy that I get out of playing drums, for that to live on, for generations and generations. And yeah, just that's one of the main things. Just the impact of having a kind heart, of being humble, and all of the things that I've learned and all the things that I'm able to display and to teach. I would want those teachings to stay with people as they go on in their life, as they have children, as they get better in their career, in all of these different things. That's kind of what I would love my legacy to live on, to be after I'm long gone. That in some way, shape, or form, that I've changed lives, that I've helped people get over hard times. It's happened before where somebody would tell me, man, seeing you smile on drum just made my whole day brighter. This happened this morning, but seeing your smile and that's the type of effect that I would love to have on people even after I'm long gone. Just the love and the joy that I have in my heart to spread to the world, and to just make things better. Because there's so much hatred and so much things going on. And yeah. So
Amaze,
yes,
let me
sir.
say thank you so very much for being on the Extraordinary Drummer Show. I truly appreciate having you on.
Oh, I appreciate you for having me on, and I hope this isn't the last time. It's been great. I love platforms that are positive, platforms that are looking to do things for other people, and I feel like that's what you have going on here. You're allowing a platform where you're able to allow others to give advice, where you're allowing others to help, where you're, allowing others to speak and, say what they need to say. So, and along with that, also building that friendship and that relationship. And, just, it's great. I love stuff like this. I love stuff like this. Yeah, I already told my little sister I was going to be late. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
because
sorry.
no,
Oh,
it's all good because I love stuff like I love interviews and being able to speak and share wisdom and gain wisdom as well. So yeah, I appreciate you for having me 100%.
You're welcome back anytime. As I said, I would love it if your people did come out to Madison Square. I would love to do a follow-up on that, some pictures and a little talk
Yes.
on that.
Yes, sir.
That would be great. Hey, would you help us wave goodbye to all the fans?
All right, goodbye, everybody. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great day whenever you're seeing this, whenever this airs. I hope your day as well. And just be great. Just be great. Just be great.